Welcome once again to Lighthouse. I am your host, Rachel, and today we will continue on our teaching on the 12 disciples. We've had a series of disciples that we're talking about, and just to brief you up, these disciples are mental faculties inside us. Mental faculties inside us, our brain. And we took a look at Rachel's brain. We have the right side of the brain and we have the left side of the brain, and we need to awaken these disciples inside of us so that they can serve us uh, better, because Jesus had 12 disciples, but these disciples were not just men he picked, like we've always been taught. But these disciples have a deeper meaning, that they were 12 faculties inside of us that we can open up, activate, train, so they can serve us on our spiritual journey. Remember, this journey is a physical one, but we are spiritual beings living a physical life. We are not physical beings, we are spiritual beings living a physical life. So we have to find our way back to our spirituality. We seem to have forgotten it. We've gotten so lost in this world, we've forgotten our spiritual side. So these members, these faculties inside of us have become dormant. They become dormant in this matrix. So if we awaken them, they will start to serve us the way they're supposed to. So back to the topic today. Today, the disciple we're going to be introducing to you is the disciple Bartholomew. Bartholomew the disciple. Yes, Bartholomew. What does Bartholomew mean? Bartholomew means divine imagination. There's a song that goes, imagination takes me high, high, high. Back in those days, I usually sing and dance to this song. Yes, imagination can take you very high. Now we have divine imagination. I'm sorry about the light if it's reflecting on my board. I hope you can see. But divine imagination, this is on the front of the brain. Now we're going back to my big head over here. The front of the brain. You have this Bartholomew in the front of the brain. Let's take a look at it. The front of the brain, the front side of the brain. Bartholomew is there. This is divine imagination, and this is also between the eyebrows. This is between the eyebrows. This place, when activated, I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but if a divine action is about to happen, you feel a pulsating. You feel, okay, sorry, that was Swedish. You feel a pull. You feel like there's a pressure happening on this side of your brain. On the side of your forehead, or the between your eyebrows. You will notice that something divine action, divine will, divine imagination, divine power is being activated. So the front of the brain, we have this, and this part of it, it has three sides to it. It has imagination, it has understanding, and it has will. Imagination, understanding, and will. Imagination, understanding, and will. So this part is very, very important in our growth. And then when this part is activated, you see that you have so many powerful things happening in your life. You see that you have a strong mental ability. Your mental ability is so strong, it cannot be compared to anything else. Your mental ability is so strong, this separates you from the masses. This separates you from the other humans. This separates you. This takes you back to the real person that you are, which is spirit. And then when you're operating from divine power, you see that you're the same, still in the flesh, but you're different. You think different. Your understanding is different. Your will is different. Your mental ability is different from the normal humans. And then this also affects your emotional ability. Everything in our lives, there's always something emotional going on. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, there's always something emotional happening in the human lives. But when this Bartholomew is activated, you see that your emotional ability is always in balance. You're never pushed or pulled by stuff that happened around you. There's a balance that's happening in your life. Now it also affects the mental states of man. It affects your mental state. That means you're not mentally depressed. That means you're not going to the psychologist. That means you are in balance. There is a power here that keeps you balanced. And this is Bartholomew, the disciple that needs to be activated in your life to serve you to be this higher spiritual being in the flesh, not out of the flesh. You're not going to die to experience this. You'll still be alive, experiencing this power in the flesh. Now, your sexual responses gets higher. Because you are sexually I don't mean that you're sexually high, but it feels like you're always in this ecstasy. You're in a place of ecstasy without even touching a man, touching a woman. You are in a place of ecstasy inside your system. Why? Because divine power is working. Some people would say this is the third eye opening. This is the Kundalini. This is the imaginative center on the right side of the brain and between the eyebrows and the frontal of your forehead. This is the Kundalini happening, and you have this. And then it affects your it affects your muscular structures and your metabolism also. Your muscles, the structure of your muscles start to change because of this chemistry, this activity happening inside your frontal and spreading out through your whole part of the body. Another powerful thing that this disciple, when activated, does, it has psychic development. We've all heard about this, psychic development. Yes, you can see things that others cannot see. You can read minds, you can understand things, you can see colors, you can see, some people say he's a psychic. Yeah, he's a psychic. What do you mean by that? He's a psychic. Yes, his frontal is open. His Bartholomew is open. He's just a normal human like you and me. There's no difference between him and me. So why is it he can see and I cannot? Why can he see colors and I cannot? Why can he have mental states? He can have different kinds of mental states and I cannot. Well, he has trained his Bartholomew. He has trained his disciple, and I haven't. I have been sitting around eating chips, and I haven't done anything to my members, and I'm expecting to be in the same group as him. That's not possible. So you have psychic abilities, yes? And this, like I said, it separates you from the masses. You become a different person. The same human, the same suit and tie, the same training shoes, the same group. You can be going to the church or not, or you're hanging with friends. You can be doing it, but you are different. The same skin, the same body, but just a different mind. Just somebody that sees things differently and does things differently and understands things differently and hears things differently. You have now become the spiritual man. It Being the spiritual man is not about wearing a big robe like a religious robe or a holy robe, or you have to put a big name here and say I'm holy or I'm stuff like this. It's not about the spiritual processes. It's not about all the spiritual drama and the clothes and the hats and the beard and all of this. It's not about these things. It's about mentally opening. mm, Swedish is in my mouth. It's just about opening yourself and training your disciples to awake mentally in your brain, in your head, in your brain. This is where the whole action is happening in your life. Nothing ever happens outside of you. Everything always happens inside of you, in your brain. You have the left side, you have the right side. The right side is the imaginative side, the creative side, the decorative side, the side that has ideas, the side that all gets download of ideas and gets a color and creativity. You're an artist, you're a musician, you want to create, you want to do things, and then this makes you different from the masses. It makes you different from all the other humans. And then what happens? The masses want to worship you because there's something different about you. There's something unique. And then we call it a talent. We call it a gift. This person is gifted. This person is talented. This person is great. And then I can spend my money and pay for shows. I just want to see this great person. This person is just like you and me. There's no difference. The only difference is the person spent a lot of time working on himself, working on herself, meditating, eating less, taking time to train their brain, all the disciples. And all of a sudden, maybe the person is spiritual or even not. But if the person is doing certain things, like especially meditation, you find out that certain disciples are waking all of a sudden. Because remember, these disciples are all inside of you. So you don't have to be a spiritual person to awaken these disciples. And if all of a sudden the person was doing something, always meditating, always like being in that state of mind, this disciple can wake up. This is why you can find Michael Jackson is an artist, and you find all the great men you can think about, Barry White and all these people. They, if you ask them, you find out that they do a routine called meditation on a daily basis. And also ask yourself, when was the last time you meditated? If you want to be this unique spiritual person hiding in your body that you are, you must meditate. If you cannot meditate, you cannot even try to start opening these disciples. It's not possible. It's not possible because the world was created to keep you busy and confused so you never can open these disciples. But it's only the meditator, the one that prioritizes time and spends time in meditation, in contemplation, in reflection of himself, that is able to open the disciples. So this is Bartholomew, the imaginative side, the creative side. Let's say the divine imagination, not the human imagination, divine imagination that breaks all the walls and brings out the power of God and shows the world how beautiful, how creative, how imaginative God can be. So I hope that you understand and enjoy this uh, teaching on Bartholomew today. Thank you for watching, and remember, I love you, I love you, I love you. Peace, peace.